Have you ever wondered how a routine flight could suddenly turn into a nightmare? It seems unthinkable, but that's exactly what happened on one fateful summer day in 1996. On July 17th, Transworld Airlines Flight 800, a Boeing 747-100, was scheduled for an ordinary journey. It was a typical evening at John F. Kennedy International Airport, bustling with the comings and goings of countless flights. Among them was TWA Flight 800, ready to embark on its voyage. The engines roared to life, their powerful hum a testament to human engineering. Little did anyone know, this was to be anything but a routine flight. As the aircraft pushed back from the gate at 8:02 p.m., everything seemed as normal as it could be. Engines 1, 2, and 4 were started, and 10 minutes later, Engine 3 followed suit. The plane took off, ascending into the evening sky, its destination set for Paris. But within 12 minutes of journeying into the vast blue yonder, tragedy struck. An explosion, a fireball in the sky, and then the unthinkable. The Boeing 747-100, once a symbol of human achievement, was now a falling wreckage. Debris rained down into the Atlantic Ocean near East Moriches, New York. All 230 souls on board, including 18 crew members and 20 off-duty employees, were tragically lost in an instant. This catastrophic event marked the third deadliest aviation accident in U.S. history. What was supposed to be a routine journey had turned into a horrifying nightmare, leaving a scar in the annals of aviation history. A flight that had begun with the promise of connecting people across continents ended in a devastating tragedy. A journey that was meant to be routine had ended far too soon, becoming the flight that never landed. What could possibly go wrong in such a short span of time? That is the question that haunts us as we delve deeper into the mystery of TWA Flight 800. And it's a question we'll strive to answer as we continue to unravel the story of this tragic event. With no survivors to tell the tale, it was up to investigators to unravel the mystery. The National Transportation Safety Board, or the NTSB, took on the daunting task of piecing together the tragic puzzle of TWA Flight 800. In the wake of the disaster, the NTSB launched an extensive investigation that spanned years, painstakingly examining every fragment of the wreckage, every piece of data, every witness statement. They left no stone unturned in their quest to determine the cause of the explosion that brought the Boeing 747 to its tragic end. A significant focus of the investigation was the aircraft's wiring. The NTSB found that there were issues with the wiring of the plane, including arcing in the fuel quantity indication system, or FQIS wiring. Arcing is a phenomenon where an electric current leaves its intended path and travels through the air to another conductor. In this case, the arcing could have created a spark, a dangerous occurrence in the vicinity of flammable substances. As the investigation progressed, the NTSB zeroed in on the probable cause of the accident. They concluded that the explosion was most likely caused by the ignition of flammable fuel vapors in the center fuel tank. But what could have ignited these vapors? The investigators believed that a short circuit most likely played a role. A spark from a short circuit in the compromised wiring of the FQIS could have been all it took to ignite the volatile vapors in the fuel tank, leading to the catastrophic explosion. But like any complex investigation, every answer only led to more questions. Why was there a short circuit? Why were the fuel vapors in the center tank so flammable? And most importantly, how could this be prevented from happening in the future? The investigation was far from over as more questions arose. The NTSB was determined to find the answers, not just to explain the tragedy of TWA Flight 800, but to ensure that such a disaster would never happen again. What do we know about the aircraft and its last moments before the explosion? Transworld Airlines Flight 800, a Boeing 747-100, was not a novice in the air. It had completed a whopping 16,869 flights, accumulating over 93,000 operational hours. It was powered by 4 Pratt & Whitney JT9D7AH turbofan engines, a testament to its robust build and the technological prowess of the time. The aircraft was under the command of a seasoned crew. Captain Ralph G. Kevorkian, Captain Stephen E. Snyder, Flight Engineer Richard G. Campbell Jr., and Flight Engineer Trainee Oliver Crick were all on board. But even the most experienced crew can face challenges that are beyond their control. The aircraft had its share of technical difficulties. The thrust reverser for engine number 3 had been locked out due to technical issues. The plane also had numerous volumetric shutoff-related maintenance write-ups. It was a clear indication that, like any machine, the aircraft was not immune to wear and tear. Despite these issues, on July 17, 1996, the aircraft was prepared for takeoff. It was delayed due to a disabled piece of ground equipment and a passenger baggage mismatch. The aircraft pushed back from the gate at 8:02 p.m., and the engines started roaring to life, one by one. Engine number 3, however, was started 10 minutes later. The last radio transmission occurred at 8:30 p.m., a routine communication in the vast world of aviation. The final radar transponder return was recorded at 8 hours 31 minutes and 12 seconds p.m. These were the final moments of normality before the unthinkable happened. Witnesses reported seeing or hearing explosions. Debris started falling into the water. The aircraft, once a marvel of human innovation, was now a tragic spectacle. In the blink of an eye, everything changed. Opening. What happened in the immediate aftermath of the explosion? In the moments following the catastrophic event, the evening sky was lit with the terrifying spectacle of the once mighty Boeing 747-100, now a falling inferno. Witnesses reported seeing and hearing explosions, a chilling sight paired with a sound that echoed the somber reality of the situation. The aircraft, now fragmented, sent debris raining down into the Atlantic Ocean near East Mauritius, New York, marking the spot where TWA Flight 800 met its untimely end. As the debris fell, vessels in the nearby waters quickly made their way toward the crash site. Their arrival was swift, but the scene that greeted them was one of devastation and loss. Despite their quick response and desperate search, there were no survivors to be found. All 230 souls on board the flight, including 18 crew members and 20 off-duty employees, had perished in the accident. In the wake of the crash, the air was thick with speculation. Initial witness descriptions, coupled with the violent nature of the event, led many to believe that the cause of the tragedy was not accidental. Theories of a bomb or missile attack began to circulate, adding an element of fear and uncertainty to an already heartbreaking situation. The National Transportation Safety Board, or NTSB, was notified and immediately launched an investigation into the incident. While they worked tirelessly to uncover the truth, the rumors of foul play persisted. The world watched, waited, and mourned, as the mystery of what brought down TWA Flight 800 remained unsolved. Closing. The devastating aftermath left everyone in shock and disbelief. What has been the lasting impact of the TWA Flight 800 incident? The catastrophe of TWA Flight 800 was a turning point in aviation history. It was a dark day that incited a wave of changes in the industry, aimed at preventing such a disaster from happening again. The National Transportation Safety Board's thorough investigation revealed a likely ignition of flammable fuel vapors in the center fuel tank, probably caused by a short circuit. This understanding led to the development of new requirements to prevent future fuel tank explosions, a significant step forward in aviation safety. One of the significant changes was the implementation of new wiring standards. The investigation found issues with the aircraft's wiring, specifically arcing in the fuel quantity indication system wiring. This discovery prompted a thorough review and revision of wiring standards across the industry. These revamped regulations ensured that every wire in every plane was up to the task of carrying passengers safely across the skies. The incident also led to a revision in maintenance procedures. The aircraft had numerous volumetric shutoff-related maintenance write-ups before the accident, indicating that more stringent checks were necessary. Consequently, maintenance procedures were overhauled, ensuring that potential issues were identified and rectified before they could pose a risk. The TWA Flight 800 disaster also sparked an increased focus on crew training. The crew of the ill-fated flight was experienced, yet they couldn't prevent the tragedy. This led to a reassessment of crew training programs with an emphasis on preparing for unforeseen emergencies. The legacy of TWA Flight 800 extends beyond these practical changes. It serves as a stark reminder of the importance of safety in aviation, a lesson that resonates with every pilot, flight engineer, and air traffic controller. It underscores the responsibility borne by those in the industry to safeguard the lives entrusted to them. The crash of TWA Flight 800 serves as a grim reminder of the importance of aviation safety, and its legacy continues to influence the industry to this day.